Hello, everyone. It is us again with Felicia and Jen. I am Felicia.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're just going to let y'all listen in on us just talking about things that are just on our mind, things that we've read in the news, things that we just think about. So Jen, are you ready?
I'm
Let's
ready.
let's bring them into our conversation. So everything we're about to tell you about the first thing is things that we read on Google. It's about the singer Neo. I think I know two of his songs. But he apparently has more than one girlfriend. What do you think about that, Jen?
I mean, as long as it's consensual, right? Do your
Yeah.
do your thing. So, but I guess it's a little different having four girlfriends than a girl having four guy friends.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So, as we were talking about this and bringing it up, I actually came across a People magazine article last night, and it talked about it. So he actually has names for his girlfriends, like nicknames. So there's Pretty Baby, Twin
Hmm.
Flame, Phoenix Feather, and Sexy Lil Something.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I guess being in a I'm assuming it's polyamorous relationship. I don't think I'd want to have a nickname. No.
No, me neither. Unless it was one, unless my nickname was "You're the main one." So
Yes. And all together, they're called the Pyramid.
the pyramids. Huh. It sounds like
Yes.
there has to be someone on top. So there has to be a
I'm
main.
assuming it's him.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be him. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes. I mean, based on what I'm like reading, it's not like Sister Wives in the sense where it's they all have their own house and they all have their own life. This is like they're just all in a relationships together.
I don't know. How does that start? I mean, what if you came home one day and your boyfriend said, "Hey, Jen, this is Ginger. She's going to be our friend." I mean, like, how would you react to that?
I would be no, but my question, I guess I would have questions like, am I getting my own place? Like, I
Yeah.
do not want to share my bed with anyone more than just me and my other half, and that's it.
Eh,
How about
I'm,
you? How do you
oh,
feel about it?
I'll be like, so we're going to the courthouse and get those papers. We're going to go. Because no, I can't. The fact that you even asked me that, to me, that'd be disrespectful. So I will just assume that our relationship is over. That's would be my
But
thought.
I can't imagine that it's like a very blunt conversation. Like one day you're shopping together and you're buying Christmas gifts, and then like that night at dinner, he's like, oh, by the way, girlfriend number two is moving in tomorrow. I can't imagine it's that. There has to be like subtle hints, I would think.
And then I would think you can't be a jealous person because you know that you're sharing a person. I'm too territorial, so that would not work for me at all. Like, not at all.
Do you think him being a celebrity makes it a little more acceptable?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Because it's like when celebrities do things, we're kind of like, oh, okay. Now, if our neighbor did it, we probably be like, and you know he know better. So I think we do look at celebrities a little bit different.
Yeah. I think it's celebrities, like people who are attractive and people who have money. It's
Yeah.
just a little bit more because I always think of like, remember when 50 Shades of Grey was big, the books and then the
Yes.
movies? That movie wouldn't have hit the same, or that book wouldn't have hit the same if he was poor and living with his mom in a trailer. I'm
That
just
yeah.
saying.
Because we are such a judgmental society. Yes.
But the fact that he was rich and attractive, it was like, oh, okay, that's not bad.
But you
But
know what? We wish Neo all the best, and
yeah,
I wonder if kids are going to come afterward. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
well, he's not young, right? I mean, not that he could have babies till
Yes. Up until he's
whenever.
about
I
to
mean,
die, he can have a
yeah.
baby.
I mean, it doesn't say much about I mean, they don't look young, looking at the pictures, but I mean,
He's one
maybe.
happy. He's one happy
But
man now.
I think he used to be married though, and he
He
was
did. He
like,
was. He was. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, maybe
Wow.
she cheated on him and it broke his heart.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
he's
know.
just like, I'm just gonna go buck wild now.
So okay, so the number one, we'll call her. They've been together since 2023, and
Okay.
then she was an OnlyFans model. So
Oh.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah, we wish him luck
What we wish
and
you well,
have
Neo,
fun.
and all of the four ladies. We say happy trails to you.
Yes.
So I was reading, there was a 4-year-old who called the cops on their mom for eating their ice cream. So, which I thought was really cute. I actually listened to the recording. It was really, really funny. So, what would have been some things you would have called the cops on your parents for when you were younger?
Probably what they dressed me in. I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
Bad haircuts.
Oh, like, officer, my mom once again has me wearing these bows and I only match my shirt, but they also match my shoes. I am tired of wearing
Yeah.
these bows in my hair.
I remember like, getting outfits that I did not want to wear. I just cried and cried, but back then, because your parents bought it for you, you had to wear it. You didn't have a choice. There was no style, like your style when you were a kid. You had no choice in what
Our
you were
parents
wearing.
were our stylists.
And I think that actually, to some extent, like, lasted until we started making our own money.
Yes.
Then it changed a little bit.
Yes. I would
Yep.
have called the police on my mom every Sunday because every Sunday we had Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and corn. To this day, I will not touch Salisbury steak. I hate it. I got
Oh, yeah.
tired of it every single Sunday.
I spent a whole summer at my uncle's house, and I was never, he would cook on the grill every night, hot dogs and hamburgers, and I was never a big hamburger person, so I ate hot dogs for the whole summer, and I swore that I would never eat another hot dog again, and I hadn't touched it since.
Oh,
And,
wow.
yeah, I mean, I hate all meat, but hot dogs is like the worst for me. Nope, not having a hot dog.
And I guess we're not even going to bring up Scrapple, so we'll just move on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could go down this whole traumatizing, all these traumatizing experiences from our childhood. But
Yes. But you know what's traumatizing right now, though? The price of eggs. Went to
yeah,
a
it's
store.
high.
It was $25.99 for 30 eggs. But Jen, is there a food that you would be willing to go in debt for?
Yes, probably a couple. But I think the common ingredient in all of those is probably cheese.
Cheese.
I love cheese. So macaroni and cheese, pizza, so cheese.
Shrimp for
Yeah.
me all day.
Really?
I love me some shrimp. Oh, I love me some shrimp. And I also like ice cream. But I would prefer to go,
Hmm.
if I had to choose which one I would go in debt for, it would be shrimp because I love me some shrimp.
Shrimp is actually cheaper now than eggs, isn't it? By the dozen or by the pound?
But yeah, let's just buy it. Let's just buy it. We'll just, oh, you don't eat, but you don't eat shrimp, do you?
No, and I don't eat eggs either.
Okay, so we have to be careful when we go to a buffet. We have to make sure there's something on there for you to eat. Oh
I'll
my
cook with
God.
eggs. I'll like put it in cakes and stuff, but I don't, no eggs.
No
No
eggs.
eggs, no.
Okay.
And when I was younger, I used to eat seafood. That's a whole other conversation itself. I'm like the world's pickiest eater. But, um, I've never had shrimp in my life. I used to eat seafood, but I've never had shrimp.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, and I guess like fish, like the non-fishy fish, like trout
Hmm.
and stuff they used to get at the store. I used to love that stuff. Like, if it was fish, like the fish sandwiches from like McDonald's, I used to love those. But I've never had lobster or any kind of um, shellfish, and I've never had like anything like mollusks, like um, clams and things like that.
Jen, we're gonna have to do a shrimp thing for you. Just sit you
No,
down. No,
mm-mm, no,
not at
no,
all. Not even one.
no. I probably would eat a hot dog first.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If I was forced to, I I may lean towards the hot dog. I don't know. Hopefully, I never get put in that like
I
hostage
know that would be
position,
horrible. That would be absolutely, absolutely horrible.
like end of
Now,
the world situation where I either have to choose between a hot dog and shrimp. I don't know what I would do.
or you might choose just not to eat it all, depending.
I mean, I already know at the end of the world, I'm gonna be like dead in the first 3 days. Pretty much second hour in, I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh!
I'm starving. There's nothing
Wow.
for me to eat. And I'll probably find something on the ground because I'm so hungry, thinking it's like an edible flower or plant, and then I'll die after that.
Well, that would not be good, but that is a great segue to my next question. Celebrity deaths. Okay. So when Michael Jackson died in 2009, I was depressed. And it could also have been, I had just had a baby 2 weeks prior, so it could have been my hormones. But I noticed that with me, when a celebrity passes away, especially someone that I followed for a long time, I take it so personal as if they were my relative. Like, why do you think that certain celebrities pass away? We just get so like bummed out, like we knew the person.
I don't know. I think the first one that got me was Luke Perry. Like I was
Mm.
so sad when Luke Perry died, but I don't know. Maybe because we had a connection like with our childhood,
That's what I
and
was
we
thinking.
like
But yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
same thing with like celebrities that like do something illegal or like I always think of the rock bands crap now I'm drawing a blank with Dave Grohl and oh man that's gonna kill me. Anyways, he like cheated on his wife. So when I think of like rock stars and like holding them to like a standard, I felt like Dave Grohl would never be that type to cheat on his wife and he did. And it hurt. I was like, man, that Dave Grohl was cool. But it's weird how we do stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking I don't really want to know too much about New Edition because I hold them at such a high standard that, I just don't want to know.
Yeah.
I just want to think that they are perfect because in my mind,
Yeah.
every member of New Edition
Yeah.
is perfect. Even Bobby Brown, he's perfect. So I don't know. I'm letting you know, Jen, though, if anything ever happens to any member of New Edition, I'm probably going to wear black for a year.
Yeah.
So just to let you know.
That's the thing. I think like whether they pass away or they do something like wrong, like except for like Bobby Brown. I feel like Bobby Brown can go to jail and we'd all be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But at
Yeah.
least that's what I think. But and by the way, the name of that band is Foo Fighters. It just came to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we hold them to like a certain standard, and then we just assume that they're like immortal and they could never die, even though they might be old enough, like 60s, 70s, 80s. We still think they should live forever.
Yeah. And, Jen, you are just helping me with these next questions because we talked about
Wow, I'm creating segues.
yes, like holding people to a higher standard. Like, I don't know, the
I
late
was
90s. Don't know if you remember this, but in this next situation, I just want you to know that as of 4 days ago, have been listening to Monica Lewinsky's podcast. And
wow,
it's really good. It is called Reclaiming. And she has different celebrities on there, different people on there, because we all know that when everything happened with her and the president at that time, she was shamed. Um, but she was 22. She thought she was in love. I personally don't think that she was treated fairly, because how do we know that here we are 21, 22 years old? We are getting attention from the most powerful man in the country. And we're taking his subtle advances as, oh, I think he loves me too. You know? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I, I think for women though, in her situation, women always get the crappy end of the deal when it's cheating and stuff like that. It's always the woman's fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she kind of got a bum deal, but I didn't know she had her own podcast and stuff like that. Is she trying to
Yes.
like redeem herself through that, or
So I was listening to something else and they mentioned that she had a podcast. And I was like, what? So I went looking for it and I've actually listened to all the episodes. It's really good. It's called Reclaiming because she was not able to get a job because of her name. And
yeah,
she went through what she went through. I just did not think it was fair for her because yes, she was an intern. Yes, she was young. Yes, she was the woman, but she really, I feel she just was not treated fairly. And I want everyone
no.
to know that's listening, Monica Lewinsky does not know me. I do not know her. And I am not being paid to mention her podcast, but
Well, you have
I
to throw
listen
that
to it.
in there.
I had to, I got to throw up my disclaimers. But it is really good.
Huh.
And she does bring, and she's very open about it. And when her guests are on there, they talk about it. And she, says, of course I wish I could go back and change, what happened, but I can't. It happened. And people do remind me of what happened. So
Not fair. Bum deal. That's not right. That's not
speaking
right.
of bum deals, Jen,
Am
award
I? I'm
shows,
serious.
award shows. You know what? I think it's a setup when the camera person puts the camera on the person who did not win.
Of course.
Like,
It's
come
good
on.
TV. It's good TV.
Yes. Because I was watching the Grammys, and again, I am not being paid by any of these celebrities. But when Beyonce won Best Country Album,
Everyone was all everyone was all mad.
oh, were they? And she was actually shocked. But another celebrity had stated, I don't remember his name, but he felt that it was not fair that she should have gotten that, I guess because she did not start in country. Does a singer have to stay in one genre? I said no.
No, but country people are really protective of their like music and who is a country singer and who isn't a country singer. I don't know why. I always
Yeah.
think of like Taylor Swift. Like she started out as country. That was her thing.
Hmm.
And like true like country fans, when she started going pop, she's like kicked out of country forever,
So
and
do
she's
you
never allowed
think
back.
Do you think that a person, okay, since we're on the Beyonce thing, do you think that that she would have been the people in the country world would have been more welcoming if she had done country for like a few years and then
Probably,
won?
or started
Because
out in country. Oh, look at Hootie and the Blowfish, Darius Rucker.
yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't start out as country, but he's country now.
but they welcomed him, I believe. I haven't heard anything negative, but I believe they welcomed him. As a matter of fact, he's going to be here in July.
Yeah.
Darius
But
Rucker, I think.
I've had this conversation with like somebody who's a serious country fan, and I also consider like who's voting. It's the Grammys. So I
Hmm.
really don't think of like when I think of like who um like deserves to win like awards, like Grammys is not what I turn to like see who's the best, because Grammys are actually voted on by people in the industry.
Yes.
So it's not, and I think a lot of that probably people pay to win. Not that I'm thinking Beyonce did that at all. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know. I just don't think it's like a view of like what people really like, of who wins the awards based on like popularity. Same thing with like Oscars and things. I don't think any of that is like based on what you and I think is good.
Because some of those movies, when I did watch the Oscars, some of those movies I literally had never heard of before. But they won.
Well,
They won lots of awards.
they even had I don't know the movie, but and I didn't watch the Oscars at all, but they had a musical that won over um what's that one that's like the remake of Wizard of Oz? Wicked.
Wicked, Wicked.
And
Hmm.
it was nowhere near as good as Wicked. And they did like a side by side. and it was like horrible. But somehow that other movie won over Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I don't know. Do you think that if Beyonce had been doing country for 5 years and then won the award, do you think people would have been more welcoming?
maybe, yeah. Don't know. Did you listen to that album? I
I
listened to some of
only
it.
listened to what I saw when she did a halftime show somewhere when she sang some
Yeah,
songs. That's the only time. Those are the only songs I had listened to. But I
yeah.
just know it was a huge thing. And when that camera person, I'm like, they're wrong. They are so wrong. Why are they putting the camera on the people that, because it's like you have to do a clap and the fake smile because you're there because you want to win. Anyone who says they don't care if they
Yeah.
won, they're lying. You want
Oh
to
yeah.
win. You want to win. But see, I
Yeah.
would have been like, "Oh yeah, girl, yeah, go ahead, yeah, you won." Because
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
the
I like
camera.
Beyonce. Yeah, yeah. And then maybe that's what they were doing to create like the drama, because they knew that was going to be controversial if she won. Not saying she did or didn't deserve to win. I like Beyonce. I did listen to that album, but um, but I think it was meant to stir a pot, and that's when they
Yeah,
zoomed in on those people.
because
So
it was big. The next day, I was like, "Wow." Um, Well, this next one, I don't. We didn't really do a segue into this. This is something that just because this is how my mind works. It just popped up in my head. Jen, do you know the difference between an opossum and a possum?
let me share the. I all right. This is funny, and the other half was up watching YouTube the other night. He like watches random things, and you showed me this list a couple days ago, and I really didn't pay no mind to the question. I did see it there, but I didn't give it much thought. And he was watching this game show. Um, they kind of do like different things. The one we were watching had to do with um, history of the United States and stuff. And then they did clips of other game shows that they made up. And one mentioned the difference between possum and opossum. It was just coincidence. I did not know there was a difference.
Yes, there is an actual difference. I mean, I had to Google it, but there is an actual difference. The opossum is found in North and South America.
Yes.
The possum is found in Australia and surrounding areas. So we actually here have opossums.
An opossum. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
And the opossum is long and hairless and they play dead. And they have a white face with a grayish white body, where the opossum has a furry tail. They come in either silver gray, brown, black, or gold. So we
Yeah.
actually have opossums and not possums. That is
I
wild.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought my dogs killed an opossum one time, but it wasn't. It was just plain dead. Because they went back out there and it was gone.
It was gone. See, so we have opossums. So all of you that are listening to us right now in Maryland or wherever well, we have people that listen to us in Alabama. We have people that listen to us in the UK. We have people that listen to us in Florida, in Washington State. But in Maryland, we have, well, actually, no, we have opossums because it says
Yeah, we
North.
have
Yeah, we
yeah,
have all of them. With North and see y'all. I need to go back to geography class. North and South America, we have opossums. Australia and surrounding areas, you have possums.
they have everything in Australia. We
It's
don't
like
no.
now you know, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but Jen,
I didn't know.
I didn't know either until I googled it. So Jen, you did something recently that I think it's going to be fun to talk about. What did you
Yes.
do yesterday?
Yesterday I went to my first Amish auction.
Yay!
Yay! I didn't know. Like, it was something that popped up on Facebook at like events and things like that. And I was like, well, we'll go. And it said it had lots of like furniture and toys and lawn equipment. And I was like, well, yeah, we'll just go and see what it's about. It was huge. Like, they had everything and anything. Um, and they had probably like 6 different auctions, excuse me, going on at the same time. And Other half was like looking at some like lawn stuff, and of course we were talking about bidding on some things, and he said he couldn't bid because he couldn't hear the person, doing the bidding, and he was like, "You do it," because I was like listening in because I can never understand what they're saying because they talk so fast. And being Amish, they already have an accent on top of it. So I studied the guy for a little while, trying to figure out because my concern is like, am I bidding $500 or $5? I was so nervous because he's like 55.5, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So the guy that I watched for a little while, which happened to be on the row, that we're looking to bid on, he was pretty easy to understand. So by the time he got to me, I was so nervous. And we bid on this generator, and I was like, I'm not going to go any more than $100. And it was between me and another person that were bidding on it. And I ended up spending $150, which it was still well within. It's,
Hmm.
it wasn't, it was still a good bid and a good buy. And after that, I was hooked.
Wow.
So I started bidding on these work lights, and I got like, work lights for like $2 and $1, and like one was like $7. And I was like, this is fun. And I don't have to spend a lot of money either. So the other half goes full check around so we could like load the stuff, and I'm following them still. I started
Wow.
picking up like, I picked up plastic chairs for $2. I mean, it was like totally within my like, I couldn't bid like 75, 100. I wouldn't have done that. But if I'm bidding like dollar bills with somebody, it's addicting. Like stuff you don't need. Like somebody was buying, they had two, picnic tables, and the first table was like kind of like, it was like it needed some work. Some pieces of wood needed to be replaced. It was very sturdy, but needed some work. And then the second one was in a lot better shape. First table went for $1. And I was like, I
Wow.
should have bid on that one. And then the next one, which was the one I was going to bid on, made it to $75. And I was like, that's too far. And I think after 25, I just shook my head like, nope, I was a pro by then. I was like, no, not interested.
Wow. I'm not going to go to an auction. I want to go to an
It's so
auction
much
now.
fun.
I
Yeah,
want to bid
I
on
just
some
wanted,
things.
I wanted to bid on everything at that point. Like if I could have got it for $2, I was,
Wow. That sounds like exciting. So are you exhausted afterwards?
it was a lot of walking and it was a lot of hills because I was really tired afterwards. So I was pretty much done for the rest of the day after that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then being in was Amish, they had like lots of food. They had homemade ice cream, like they were churning the ice cream and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
I'm going to have to try it out. Like,
Yeah.
and then just go eat afterwards. Cause I like my food.
Yeah.
Bid on
And
things and eat.
some people, they must have, well, obviously they were going for years. So they had their own books. Like they were keeping track of books of like what they were buying. And some people left with like big trailers full of stuff, like mounds and mounds of stuff. It was crazy.
Wow. I wonder if I could go
Yeah.
to an auction for a car.
Yeah,
Were
they
any
have those.
cars
I think,
there?
no, they did have buggies though, if you're interested in that.
Where would I keep it though? Does a horse come with it or just the buggy part?
Well, on the second, don't quote me on this. I think it's like the second and fourth Wednesday of every month they have livestock. So you could have
Oh.
got your buggy yesterday, and then next week or whatever the next live auction was, you could have picked yourself up a horse.
Yeah, but I think it'd be kind of hard to take that to work though, because I gotta go over the bridge. I don't think that's gonna go well on the bridge.
I mean, I didn't listen. I wasn't there for the buggies being auctioned, so I don't know how much a buggy goes for. I mean, I don't know if there's like higher end buggies or, but a horse is probably expensive. It's kind of like similar to the very first um couple episodes of, remember the elephant question?
Yes, I do.
What would you do with an elephant?
Yes, and I'm going to, because my dad actually texted me after listening to that. So yes, I remember that episode.
Yeah, how are you gonna take care of it? But no, you're not gonna eat the horse though.
No,
You're not
no,
gonna.
not touching any of the animals. Nope. Mm-mm. Got myself in trouble with that one.
you got you got to find ways to take care of it. Where are you gonna put it at?
Yeah, where would I put it? And then I have a dog, and I don't know if Sasha will like it. So,
I'll
hmm.
probably bark at it for a little while, but I guess it depends. Like, how much is it? What do horses eat? I guess horse food.
Oh,
Carrots.
guess what I almost did yesterday?
Hmm.
I almost adopted a sloth. But
What?
it was gonna be $25 a month, and I did not want a monthly payment. I thought it was gonna be like a
Oh,
one-time payment, and then I could, and they said it would send me all the paperwork, but then it was like $25 a month. I said, absolutely not. That is a bill. So I did not adopt a sloth, but I did download an app where I can look at sloths on live stream at a sloth conservation. So
so does the sloth stay with you, or do you get like adopt it in
no,
theory?
I am just giving this sloth money every month to the conservation, and they're going to send me a booklet about him or her.
What does it need for $25 a month?
I don't. I'm wondering.
Is it? Are you the only person that takes care of this sloth, or is there multiple people
So it's
adopting
at a
it?
conservation, but we get to. So what would have happened is I would have gotten to pick my sloth. So I
Okay.
don't know if I had, when they told me it was $25 a month, I didn't go no further. So I don't know if other people could pick him too. But from what I saw on the live stream yesterday, it was basically just hanging out in a tree. So I don't know where the $25 was going.
Right. I mean, like if you got it outfits and stuff, and you got to see it.
Every time I went on the live stream, he or she was just hanging out. I mean, like literally. They may have moved a few because sloths are really slow. He or she did not go. I'm just going to name it. I'm going to name it Lucy. So Lucy did not go far. And then I have two. I have the sloth playground, which is like multiple sloths. And then there's the sloth conservation, which I think is in Puerto Rico. And it literally was hanging all day, like literally hanging. So
So
I don't
I
know.
have a question.
Uh huh.
I have a question. So I know you like sloths. I've known this for a while. What what made you interested in sloths and like sloths? Like, where did this
So
start?
I was watching Zootopia, and I think I liked sloths before Zootopia. Yes, no, yes. I was watching something on Animal Planet, and they just had this. They were talking about sloths. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that animal has an entire ecosystem on the back of its back, and it was talking about how slow it is, and it has this permanent smile. And I mean, yes, there were insects crawling all over it, but it was still cute. I was like, oh, it is so cute and it moves so slow. And people are like, well, sloths are just lazy. I said, but he can't help how he was made. So I became an
Well,
ambassador for the sloth. I am for the sloth. I am.
well, apparently their claws can like rip you open. They're not nice, I
I
heard.
mean, don't test them, Anybody can get mad.
Right. Yeah, you can like watch it from afar. It's not going to chase after you.
Believe me, no. Mm-mm.
They don't move fast ever, right?
No, no. Even when they come down the tree, 'cause they only go to the bathroom once a month. And then even when they're going up the tree, it's just very, very slow.
Oh man, they nap a lot.
They sleep 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I aspire to be in a way.
A sloth.
Slow, nap a lot, and I only poop once a month.
Guys, it's just, yeah. And I mean, it's like they just have their own, it's amazing. They are amazing animals. They're just amazing. They're cute. I mean, yeah, they
Yeah.
probably stink. They have insects and stuff living in their fur, but they're cute. I mean, you can't pass up the permanent smile. You know, it's
So, being that everybody likes knows you like sloths, do you like getting the sloth stuff given to you for
I
gifts
already
and
know.
things?
I already know what's coming. every Christmas and every birthday, I already know it is coming. I have pajamas. I have crock charms. I have a clock. I have cups. I have keychains. I have pajamas. I have blankets, wallets. So books. People have given me books, sloth books. I have paintings. Um, yeah, when people know that I like stuff, they give it to me. So, but you know what? I don't mind. I really don't. I don't mind.
You like it.
I like
Yeah.
it. I don't
That's
mind.
what I'm afraid of. Like, I don't know if I have an animal that I really, really like, but I'm afraid that if I tell someone that I really like an animal, it'll start that. Like, where I'll get everything. Like, I had chickens and I liked my chickens, but I didn't want to say like I love chickens because I wouldn't want chickens all over my house.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't think I like something enough where I would want to have everything like keychains and, well, keychains would be cute, but like bed sheets and throws for my couch, all of the same animal. I don't know.
yeah. I have a tote full of dancing sloths. Stuffed animals. Yes, I have some dancing sloths. My kids got them for my birthday. Oh, and Mother's Day. Yes, I have dancing sloths. I have a full tote just full of sloth stuffed animals from my
What?
kids. Yes, yes.
Wow.
So
I think,
they sloughed me out. Oh, my daughter made me a sloth cake one year for my birthday.
wow.
Actually, when I had COVID, yes, I had COVID and it was my birthday, and she made me a sloth cake.
I think I'm going to try to find the most unique sloth gift and give it to you.
I want to make one. There's one in DC at the zoo. There's one, but
Yeah,
I want to hold one.
you probably could.
I'm gonna ask them
Pay
next time.
money.
I'm gonna take the kids to the zoo this summer. It's like, is there any chance I could actually go in there and hold the sloth? And wonder what they say.
Well, if not, you can find a place and start a GoFundMe, and I'll donate to it. Let's
Thank
get
you,
Felicia to
thank
hold a
you.
sloth.
Because
GoFundMe.
I am not paying the $25 a month to the sloth conservation, and I have no idea what that sloth is getting. So I'm telling you, I checked on that sloth 4 times yesterday, and it was still hanging from that tree.
What does it
So
need? What does it need? And
I don't know, and it's already
uh,
outside, so I don't know what it
yeah,
needs.
and it doesn't eat a lot if it only poops once a month,
Yeah,
so it doesn't need food.
it eats whatever's in the tree, whatever's there.
Well, hell, then what does it need?
Maybe it's to pay for the staff. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Like,
probably the video feeds that you
I was
need to see
so
your sloth.
excited. I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm going
Yeah.
to adopt a sloth. And it said $25 a month. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'll just watch it on the
Well,
live stream.
you can put one in your backyard.
No, I can't because it'll probably die. I think they need to have a certain temperature.
Yeah, I think they're tropical, aren't they? Like, it has to be warm.
So I got to figure out how they're doing this at the zoo. Like, there's one at the zoo. I'm like, how are they? Oh, and I'm so excited. It's an aquarium, Baltimore Aquarium. They
There's
have one.
one in the aquarium?
Yes, because when you're on your way to the bird house, when you go up the steps, and I happened to look, I was like, oh my goodness, there's a sloth right there. Yes, there's one at the aquarium.
Yeah, they live in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America.
Yeah, he would die here.
Yeah.
He would die.
So, like, warmer. Brazil, Colombia, yeah, Ecuador. Yeah. He would have to come inside for the winter for sure. You'd have to build him maybe that's what costs money. They have to build a warm tropical environment for him or
Yeah.
her to live in.
Well, I just didn't trust it. So I thought I was gonna make a one-time donation and I could like come to work and show y'all, look at my sloth I adopted, y'all. I'm never gonna meet him, but hey, here's pictures. Like, they're gonna send you pictures, they're gonna send you a booklet, everything about the sloth, but I'm not. That's a bill. I can't.
Get you a backpack and you could wear it and say it's your slot.
Yes. Like, do I send it gifts for Christmas? Like, how does this work? So,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen. But this was fun, Jen. Oh wow, we gotta do this.
Yes.
I think we should do this once a month. What's on your mind once a month, and we just
Yes.
come with things that we just want to talk about.
Yep. I'll make the next list because I have quite a few things I think that are quite interesting that
Yeah, and
we could bring to the table.
And there seems to be interesting things happening all the time. So I'm thinking we're always going to have something to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah. That's what we do though. Like over the weekend or on the evenings, we share share articles and things that we find interesting, and we just need to start making a list and talk about those.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay. Well, this was fun. I will see you early in the morning.
Yes.
Um, and I think I'm going to have fish for dinner tonight. What are you having for dinner?
I am going to make like a chicken casserole thing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I made chicken nachos last night, so with the leftover chicken, I'm
Ooh,
going to
that sounds
make
good.
yeah, I put shredded chicken in I know we're talking about food now. Chicken in the crock pot, shredded up, made nachos. So it's leftover chicken into something else today.
Cool.
Repurposing. Yes.
Wow. I will be
Yeah.
having fish fillets out of a
And
box.
then and
Um,
then tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day.
it is. I'm buying my mom dinner tomorrow, so I think tomorrow I'm eating out. I'm going to eat out tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Tomorrow
go.
I am Irish. I'm Irish
Everyone's
tomorrow.
Irish on St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day.
And you know what? I don't have anything green. I don't think.
I
And I
think I
dare
wore all
someone
my
pinch
green
me.
last week.
But it'll be fun. But this was fun. I can't wait till the next one.
Alrighty.
All righty, all of our listeners out there, we're going to be signing off until next time. Bye.
Bye.